Check, check. All right, everybody. Good evening. All right. Welcome to Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge. Hope you're doing well out there. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, let me grab that. Okay. Little tapping toes. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge. And tonight's edition is Lindy Hop. And specifically, we're going to work on messing with the five. Now, I promoted earlier today saying if we got a sitter, because I need Jackie for this, we'll do the messing with the five. Well, good news, bad news. Good news is we're going to have Jackie with us. Bad news is we don't have a sitter. So if you hear screaming in the background, that's just our kids going crazy. But hopefully everything will go well in our quick little half-hour session. And we have a number of things to share with you, what we're going to call messing with the five. Now, this makes an assumption that those of you out there already know the basic Lindy Hop swing out. If you don't, that's a whole nother can of weeds, as we like to say here in the College of Swing Era Knowledge. And so if you need work on that, contact me for a Zoom private lesson or take a class in Lindy Hop or with your local teacher or whatnot. But tonight, just so we can stay focused, we're basically going to start in the 3 and 4 position of a swing out. And we're just going to work the end, primarily talking about the lead follow elements that happen on 5, which then go into obviously the 6, because I really create the step for the follower on 6 based on what I do on the 5. And then we're just going to end it with the resultant triple step at the end. We're not going to get into too much detail on that final triple step. You can always style it, change the shaping of whatnot. Welcome, Hopper. Good to see you, buddy. And so there's a lot of different things that you can ultimately play with at the end. But again, tonight our focus is going to be on the 5-6. So again, if you're at home solo, I encourage you as we go through these variations to either try it with us with your invisible partner as a leader, and then because you're alone, go ahead and flip and try it as the follower to see what it might feel like. Or, you know, vice versa. If you want to stay in the leader role for this next 30 to 40 minutes, that's great. If you want to stay in the follower role, that's fantastic as well. And those of you that are lucky enough to be at home quarantined with a significant other or dance partner or roommate, cat, dog, whatever, and you're dancing with them, great. And switch it off if you have time or want to. So we'll try to count you in with some of our variations as well. But let's get up, let's get moving and grooving, and get ready to go. So once again, we are going to just focus primarily on the 5-6 and the resultant triple step. And so let's start with the very first one, which is going to be what I'm going to label. We're just going to label it as the regular 5-6, or if we're going to get technical with what we're doing on some of the other ones, we're going to call it a side 5. And here's what I mean by that. So here we are at the 3 and 4 position. Remember, however you get there, we can go over that later in a whole nother College of Swing Era Knowledge. But my right hand is on Jackie's back. And what's going to happen is I'm going to open up my hips and open the door, but I'm also going to stay connected with her the entire count of 5. So that creates this side step for Jackie. So
my weight is starting my right foot, and I'm stepping into my left.
Boom. And so when I open up and step onto my right foot, we're both stepping to the side. We're pivoting, but at that end of that 5, we're stepping to the side. So, and this is, I think this is what like 99% of people do when they swing out. It's easy to just hang on, rotate your body, creating that side step on 5. Okay, so let's do that together. So if you're oriented at home, leaders, you're just going to pivot on that left foot, pivot, boom. Keep your feet the same distance apart as when you started, and step solidly into your right foot.
Followers, I start with my weight in my right foot. I'm going to pivot on the ball of that right foot, stepping right underneath me into that left foot.
Okay, and it should literally feel like you're just stepping to the side. If you were standing still and you went, boom, you're stepping to the side. You add that rotation and pivot in, boom, there's that step. So we're going to count you 1 through 4, and we're going to pivot step 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, pivot, boom. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, pivot, boom. Okay, so now let's talk about the resultant step on the 6, because remember, our key thing tonight is messing with the 5. I've just created a 5, which creates a 6. So here we are, and now if I go to the 6, here's the 5, there's the 6. Now we have tension at this position. The connection that was with my hand on Jackie's back, all of that connection transfers into the hand. But notice, leaders, I'm going to step 6 back toward where my beginning of my swing out position is. But for Jackie, she's continuing her momentum.
Yeah, with rotation. Yeah. So I have my momentum is going away from my partner, but because of rotation, I'm also slightly pushing or connecting into my leader's hand. Yeah. So I have rotation and momentum going in the opposite direction.
So what I literally feel here is a little bit of that direction going straight that way, but also Jackie's hips rotating. She said pushing, but I would change that word to feeling those hips moving in, right? And then we feel a compression into here and a tension into here, if that makes sense.
Always want to make sure that you're not up against your arm completely, that you have some space right here.
Keeping your frame. Okay, so watch that again. Just watch one time and then we'll do it together. We're going to just dance the 5, 6. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, pivot, side, connect. Okay. Now again, we're not going to focus on this, but if we go to the resultant triple step, Jackie unwinds, I triple step, and now you're into your open swing out position. Right? Okay, so now let's do this together. We're going to count you in. We're going to think open the door, pivoting, creating that side step on 5, followers momentum going into that 6, and then just naturally unwind and finish the triple step. So we're going to go step, step, triple step, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Pivot,
step,
5,
step,
6,
triple step, and you should end in a nice stretched position right there. Okay, one more time. We'll show you from this angle. All right, do it with us if you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, pivot, step, step, triple step. And now let's do it 2 more times. We'll do it at this different angle just in case you want to see the other side. All right, here we go. Same thing. Step, step, triple step. Side opening the door, regular swing out. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Pivot,
Side step,
6,
triple
7,
step. And again, one more time. Apologize for the dog. All right, so here we go again. We're going to do that nice side step, opening the door, pivoting, step, step, triple step. 1, 2, 3, and 4, pivot, step, step, triple step. So professional, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Yes. Terrible, terrible dog outside. Okay, we have all the lights on. Okay, so let's see if there's any questions out there on that.
All right. Cool. All right. Any questions at all? Let's see. Oh, hi, Ronan. Yay. Good to see you. Well, see you. All right, cool. So yeah, that was our regular open the door vanilla swing out on 5. So if there's no questions, we're going to move on to another one.
Okay, here we go. So variation number 2 is going to be what we're going to call a twist on 5, aka Dean Collins Hollywood style, smooth style. So again, here we are on the 3 and 4. Now, instead of thinking about opening the door and stepping to the side, I'm going to twist or turn around, twist. All right? And now this is the analogy I like to give in this is a box folding. So if this is a box, if you've had the pleasure of moving, you fold the boxes up and you throw them out. So there's the box and the box folds. So here, this is the box structure, right? So here I am at the face-off position. We have a box. And I'm going to turn around, I'm going to twist on 5, twist and fold the box. All right? So leaders, when I'm here, I'm going to twist and turn all the way around and step on 5. So rather than opening and stepping side, I'm going to twist, fold, and basically step right underneath me. But it's that rotation on the 5, that twisting around on 5, that creates this energy.
Yeah. Followers, I feel that twisting sensation. So if my weight's on my right foot, I'm going to twist on that right foot 180 degrees, and then that's when I step down that left foot. Yeah, so we don't want to step that left foot down too early. Again, if Joel does it with me, I have the weight in the right foot, I feel that twist, I pivot and twist on that right foot, and then I'm going to put that left foot straight down underneath me.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, now I do want to turn this way so you can see something here when I do that twist or turnaround. So when I twist, notice that when I do that turnaround, this hand comes out slightly. I'm talking about my left hand. So if Jackie scoots away, I've just folded up that box. So I'm in this position. My left hand goes out slightly. I'm going to turn this way so you can see this. I folded that box. So the box that was here, this shape, I turn and I fold that box on count 5, or the twist on 5, or the Dean Collins on 5. So then what happens, leaders, is because you create that twist, that's the energy that your partner is working with. So there's a step with her left foot, your right foot on 5. Then when we release this, that creates the 6. And it'll just be a release of that energy stepping away from each other. And so sometimes this is also called a whip, right? And so the whip is like the crack of the whip is like that kind of that sharp motion with your hand is that sharp motion there, and then the resultant step on the 6. And you don't have to do much, leaders, to make that happen. So we got a little bit ahead of ourselves, so let's make sure we do it together. So when we count you in, if you're dancing at home alone, leaders, remember you're going to think twist, step, and fold. And followers, you're going to think twist, step, and let your right arm out slightly there and fold. Right? If you're doing it together, you should have a box shape for the 4, and then twist and fold for the 5. Good luck. So we're going to twist, step. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Twist, step. And there's the 5. Let's do that again together. 1, 2, 3, 4, twist 5. Yeah, now if we release this energy, there's a 6. Right? So we just kind of step away from each other. Now, if you're in full-on hardcore smooth style, Hollywood style Dean Collins mode, that's it for the connection, and then you triple step, feet in, butts away if you watch that whole series on Dean versus Frankie. But if you're just dancing this kind of socially, then after that 6, twist 5, step 6, you might triple away and get to that same kind of full extension stretch as you want. Again, we're not going to get into the nuances of the variations between smooth style, Savoy style. We did a series in that, or how far you should get away from each other. You can always vary that. We're really focusing on what's happening on the 5. So now this is the twist or the whip or the turnaround on 5, creating the 6 and a resultant triple. Okay, let's do it together. Twist 5, release 6, triple step away. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Twist 5, step 6, triple step. Let's do that one more time together. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Twist 5, step 6, triple step. All right, a couple times this angle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Twist 5, step 6, triple step. One more time. Do it with us, solo or with your partner. 1, 2, 3, 4. Twist 5, step 6, triple step. Okay, so back in the day, late 90s, early 2000s, that was it. Yeah? So you kind of had your, well, actually, we're going to get into like the really hardcore Frankie versus Dean kind of thing. But back in the day, it was a line in the sand, and the Hollywood kids would be doing those whips and those twists, and the Savoy kids would be going, do I give it away? Going straight, or a Frankie swing out, like hanging out and stepping off to the side kind of thing. Okay, good, good, good. No other questions? All right, so far we've got the side step, or what we'll call the regular open door swing out. We've got our twist on 5, or our whip style. And then now let's get into a variation I don't see that often, but when we do teach it, everyone really loves this one, and we call it the push left. Go figure. You can probably imagine why it's called push left. So,
because we go right.
Here we go on the 3 and 4. Okay, we're at the 3 and 4 position, so we got a good connection here. Again, we're not going to stress about how we got here, but here we are on 4. Now on the and before the 5, guess what I'm going to do with my right hand, leaders? That's right. I'm going to push her to my left. So followers, you do actually move to your right. Jackie wasn't joking earlier, right? So, but from the leader's perspective, the left is back here to this wall. So on the and I start to twist Jackie, and I push her to the left on 5. Right? So she steps on count 5, and I just step to the side on 6. So watch that again. So if I'm here at 4, I'm going to think about the and before the 5. I'm going to and start to rotate her and push 5. Right? And so I literally push her to my left. Now what this does then is it changes the line of our swing out. Because now the 6 is just going to unwind, 6, and then we triple step, and you'll see that we got to this position. So watch this again all the way through, 3 and 4. I push left
5,
step,
6, 7,
triple
and
step. Yeah? And so now if we're just showing you, we'll do it together in a second. If I'm in this orientation, my left is this way, so I push left
5,
step,
6,
triple
7,
step, and now we're kind of back in that orientation here. If I go here, the left is this way, so I push left
5,
step,
6, 7,
triple
and
step.
8.
So what's kind of neat about this one is once you get this down and you do 4 of them in a row, you can swing out here, then there, then there, then there, and then back to there in 4 swing outs, and it looks and feels really cool.
And I would say this move is particularly nice if hopefully one day we are on a crowded dance floor again and I see a couple behind you. You don't want to swing your partner out into that couple.
Like,
use this push left to avoid crashing your partner into someone else.
Yeah. Okay, so now that we showed you kind of the different angles of it, let's do this together. So leaders, if you're at home alone, really this is mostly about your right hand turning and then pushing left and 5. You're just going to lunge slightly to the right as you get that counterbalance. And followers, you're basically going to cross and pivot your left over your right, correct?
Yeah, as I feel that. And 5, yeah, I do have a cross with left over. And then I'm gonna unwind because I'm at the extent of my frame. I can't go any further because of my frame. So I'm gonna unwind.
We're just gonna do the 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just crossing in front on 5.
Okay, so let's do that together. We'll count you in, and again, just that step on 5. If you're dancing, luckily with someone at home, you're gonna push them to the left. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Push
and
left. And now the connection here is pretty similar to that whip or that turnaround swing out, but it got a nice tension here, left hand and right hand. Let's do that again. Just a step on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push 5. Yeah. Okay, now let's go all the way through. So now that we have that nice connection, leaders, I'm just going to step 6 away, resultant triple step.
Yep. Followers, I'm going to unwind and then triple step away.
Okay, now remember, it's going to feel weird because you were at this angle, or this line, if you will, and your line changes 90 degrees. So don't be freaked out if at the end you're facing a different way. Okay, so leaders, right now, get connected. If you're looking this way, point to your left. That's where you're going to end looking, and followers, you're going to be looking that opposite direction. All the way through to 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Push
and
left,
5,
step,
6,
triple
7,
step. Yeah? Now just come together right here. All right, let's do it again. Together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push
and
left,
5,
step,
6, 7,
triple
and
step. Come together right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push
5,
left, step,
6, 7,
triple
and
step.
8.
Last time, let's get all angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push left,
5,
step,
6, 7,
triple
and
step. Okay, so that is the push left variation. So on the 5, I'm creating a different shape, changes the angle of our swing out. Now, another reason, leaders, I love this variation. If you're dancing with a follower who is just a little bit ahead and starts going back, you know what I'm talking about. They start a little too early before you start leading because they think they know where the swing out's supposed to go. They think it's the swing out, and they start moving back where they came from before you lead, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, why are you pushing? So the other reason I like this class or this idea is for the leaders, especially if you mess with the 5, then it literally keeps the followers on their toes.
Yeah,
you've got to feel.
Can't assume what's going to happen between count 5 and 6. So wait to feel followers.
Okay. Any questions out there? So far we have the regular open the door side step 5. We have the twist on 5, aka whip Dean Collins style. We had a push left. And now let's do this. Let's do the straight bounce one first, because then that'll lead into the straight swing out. Okay, so now we're going to do what we're going to call a straight bounce. A straight bounce.
Or the trampoline.
Or the trampoline. Jackie said she heard it called the trampoline. So here we have 3 and 4 position. And so now I'm just going to think about keeping this connection, stepping straight back into a trampoline. 5 trampoline, 6 triple step. Yeah, so you can see why it's called the trampoline or the straight bounce. I literally stay connected. Let her come into my connection. 5, trampoline into the compression in the hand. 6, we reverse that connection. 6, and resolve with tension. So I feel the connection in my right hand. It goes to my left hand, and my left hand gives a push, and we get back to tension.
And this works only if the leads and follows are making sure your elbows are bent and in front of you.
Yeah.
When we compress on that count 5, obviously, Joel's elbow might move just a little bit behind his back because of this compression. But if the leader goes like that, then we're in trouble. Yeah. So
same thing for the follower.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to collapse and get that chicken wing. So we both have a nice compression on that 5. So it feels like a little trampoline.
Yeah.
So straight back bounce trampoline. So now for the leaders, if you try this at home, if we just do the 5, I'm going to step straight back 5, and then again visualize if you're solo compression happening into your left hand. The right hand might still be on your follower's back, but you don't want to keep pulling hard with that right hand. You're just leading with your body back on 5, and it really kind of disengages and all goes into your left hand.
Yeah.
Okay, and then followers.
Followers, I'm just going to feel a straight step forward on count 5. I have that good compression with my right hand. And then I feel a straight send back on count 6. And then triple step away. And I mentioned in my swivels class last night that with moves like this, I'm feeling a linear lead. So I'm not necessarily going to like turn my hips out. You can if you want to, but it feels nice to just, because of this linear compression and send out, I'm just going to step straight back and triple step straight back.
Right. So now let's just do the 5 together. Okay, so we're going to feel that compression and that 1 step, leaders back on the right foot, followers forward on the left. So so just like before, let's just do the 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4, straight boom.
5.
Okay, so again, there's that step. I go straight back, Jackie goes straight forward. We have compression in this hand. Let's turn this way so you can see that compression, just the 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4, lead boom.
5.
Straight back, straight into compression. Okay, so now the rest of it, Jackie already covered it for the followers, but for the leaders, now again, as I push on 6, I'm going to step left foot and then triple step. And I usually do a little back and forward, feeling that tension in there. Right? And then, like Jackie said, she's just stepping straight back and choosing to keep her hips straight or opening up for a swivel. So now let's dance through the whole. This is just straight in, straight out, trampoline style. Okay, here we go. All together, 5 through 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Push, triple step. Now from this angle, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Straight back and push, triple step. And this has a really nice feel to it. Let's go ahead and do a couple other angles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Compress and push, triple step. And last angle, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Straight back and trampoline, boom, boom. And again, if you have good connection in your frame, this one feels really nice. Please show it starting from count 1. So Ronan, I don't know if you were here at the very beginning, but because we want to cover so much, we're just going 5. We're going, so I will do another class later, a fully connected swing out all the way through 8. But right now we're going to assume you know a swing out. We're going to assume you can get to the 5 because we got like 2 more variations to do in a few minutes. So that's why we're purposely starting at 5 and cutting to the chase. I apologize. Maybe at the very end we can count through, but I want to make sure we get through the other variations. So we have a regular open door side step 5. We have a twist, aka whip, aka Dean Collins style, smooth style, Hollywood style twist whip on 5. We have our push left for the 5, and then this is our straight bounce or trampoline on 5. Now the straight bounce is important because this takes us into the very next movement, which would be what we call the straight / Savoy / performance style swing out. And this one's kind of tricky when it comes to the connection, but let's go through it. Okay, so now when I do this one, let me show you one time and then we'll break it down. So here we are, 3 and 4. And I'm going to bring Jackie straight through. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Watch from this angle. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Straight through. Bump, bump, bump. Watch from this angle and you'll see how she steps straight forward. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Straight
5,
through.
6, 7, and 8.
And last angle. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Boom.
5, 6, 7,
Bump, bump,
and
bump. Okay. This is a combination for me in my movement of the regular swing out because I am opening and getting out of the way with that pivot. But what's happening with my right hand is I'm giving Jackie the feeling of that straight back lead. Now what that means, leaders, with your right hand, I always joke about it, but this is true. What you're going to do on the f-I-v is lead, let go, and get out of the way, all on count 5. Listen to that again. Lead, let go, get out of the way. Most beginners let go. So you haven't led anything yet. So remember, you need to lead, let go, get out of the way on the I-v. So as I lead, I-v. You'll notice my position is exactly like our first variation, but I've completely let go of Jackie so that she can step straight forward on 5. So watch how that happens here. The hand on the back gives that straight lead, and I let go by the end of the count. And 5. Good. So now, if I was here in front of her, there's that trampoline, straight bounce position. But I'm not in front of Jackie. I've opened up, so she has a clear path to continue to go that direction. Right? So on 5, you're just feeling a straight lead. Simple. Yeah, easy peasy. Let's do that together, because then it gets tricky from there. So leaders, if you're dancing with a partner, right hand on the back. Remember, lead, let go, get out of the way, I-va. And followers, you should feel straight forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a good spot to stop is right here. I have nice frame. Jackie has nice frame as well. And we'll get to that 6 in a second.
And a quick tip for leaders. So Joel says to lead the shape first. Make sure that you let go before you rotate your hips to get out of the way, because sometimes the leaders will start leading, but they'll force me to rotate because
if I hang on too long.
Because they hang on too long.
That's your first variation.
Yeah.
Now, this one's really subtle. If I hang on too long, there's Jackie's side step.
Yeah.
That's variation number 1. This is variation number 4 or 5. I lost track. So I lead, let go, and get out of the way. Now, when we go into the 6, again, leaders, I'm going to start to step back where we came from. This is where it gets tricky. I'm going to keep my frame. My friend and colleague Jenna Applegarth brought this up, because some leaders will do this weird kind of pull the arm through. But I'm going to keep my frame. Now, if Jackie keeps going straight on her 6, because remember, this is a straight lead, but she engages her frame, it'll be, she's going out straight, but there's a slight curve, slight rotation in her foot.
Crossing my right in front.
Cross the right in front, and then we triple resolve, triple step. And so at no time am I pulling my arm across my body, pulling Jackie's frame straight. All the frame just follows through. Watch this really slowly again. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Straight lead,
5,
little curve,
6, 7,
triple step. Watch from this angle. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Straight lead,
5,
little curve,
6, 7,
triple
and
step. And so again, the telltale sign on this, if you let it well, is Jackie's 6. The follower's 6 will be in front. Right? Straight forward, boom. Choosing to cross that right over. Not, I shouldn't say choosing to cross. If she really follows the lead, I'm creating that step on 6. Okay, so let's dance it to 6 together. Yeah? All right. Or you have something?
No, just hear baby crying.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so now remember, the goal is leaders, you're open, and the followers should have the right in front of the left. Okay, good luck to 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lead 5 and 6. And again, my arms are out. I don't have any weird things going on with my hands.
My frame is still nice and in
Sorry.
front of me.
Okay, here we go. Again, do this together. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5. Stop. 6. Check yourself. And now do that last triple step. Triple step. Okay, let's go all the way through 5 through 8. We'll do a couple angles with you. All the way through 5 through 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
6,
bump, bump, bump. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Last angle. Do it with us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. And I think that last angle is actually really good to show the hands, right? So here I am, and I boom, 5. So you can see my hands are still here in frame position. As Jackie moves forward, we both have frame. There's a slight rotation in her hips. We both still have frame. We're engaged, and we triple away. Now, this brings up the next little point of this one, because sometimes this is called a performance swing out. At that 6 followers, if you're in a hardcore Lindy performance and you want to keep engaged to the audience, which is you, the screen, this is the perfect angle for it. Jackie can choose on that 6 to go absolutely straight forward.
I break my frame, so
right?
my elbow is no longer bent and in front of me.
Okay.
It's behind me.
But she doesn't disengage here. So you still want to have strength in your shoulder. Don't let that go completely loose. But notice that 6 is straight to the audience, straight to you, aka performance swing out. And then we can resolve on the triple step, triple step.
I can choose
and again,
to take it here for performance, or I can choose to take it here facing my leader.
yeah, so again, that's what we call a straight / performance swing out. So for here on 4, watch as Jackie goes straight to the audience, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right? And now if I hang on, Jackie can't go straight to the audience if I hang on and do that. Right? Or if I twist, she definitely can't go straight forward. So that's why this skill of leading straight or performance swing out is kind of important. It's like old school stuff. Not too many people do this one anymore. So quick little story about this. So when I first learned, I learned the different versions pretty early in my Lindy career. As far as we used to label it the Frankie swing out and the Dean Collins swing out, as far as the whip or the twist versus leading straight. And then that side, the basic or that side step was like kind of a residual or like an in-between. And then over the years, I think it just became easier to teach hanging on for that basic regular open the door and you kind of twist 5, rotate 6, and then resolve. I would say that's the normal thing happening now. But the story I have is, so I had all these different variations. I was dancing in the States a lot. And then I get asked to go teach in the UK. I think it was a Balboa event. But we went out to one of the normal dances. And the interesting thing is, as I was swinging out, and again, like my normal everyday swing out is opening the door, rotating the hips, 5, getting that nice rotation on 6. I'm talking every single follower like broke from that and stepped straight forward. They crossed their right over the left on 6, which brings up a point, followers. Like if you want to do something with the swing out, you can physically use your frame, use your connection, turn your hips any way that you really want to. What we did tonight is to show what happens on the 5 and the resultant nice 6. If you dance with momentum, you're going to feel where the 6 should be, if that makes sense. But again, I bring up this story about how here I am in the UK and I'm trying to dance my regular swing out, and then hold on one second, everybody. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, we just got screaming kids, and Jackie's gonna go take care of them, and I'm wrapping things up here. Okay. So as I'm doing my swing out, like every follower is going straight because that was the norm in UK. The way they teach their, at least back then, their basic was the straight Frankie swing out. Let go on 5. Get that follower going straight. And so that was in their muscle memory. And so that's why I think it's so important. And it's not that if you're a teacher out there, I want to encourage you to like throw all these examples in a very beginner class. Like pick the one that you teach best. This is going to be your baseline. And then now in your intermediate class, your level 2 class, whatever you label it, now start to put in some of these other variations. And again, this literally keeps the followers on their toes. So while you're dancing, right, when we get back together and we're dancing socially, leaders, go back and watch this video, realize all the fun little things you could do on the 5 to tweak it. And if you're lucky enough to be at home with somebody to dance with, put on some music and try dancing this and changing what happens on the 5 anytime you want to. Now, again, tonight we didn't specifically say we're doing Hollywood style or Savoy style. You're just doing a swing out. And Ronan, I apologize, we ran out of time, but doing it from the basic, the full swing out, you start at the 1, you come together at that 4, boom, you mess with that 5, followers feel those variations, and now you have some neat things to play with in your swing out. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for barking dogs, screaming children, but this is the way of the world right now, and we appreciate all of you tuning in for the College of Swing Era Knowledge Lindy Hop edition. And I hope you enjoyed all the material. And if you did, please consider what you normally pay for an hour-long class. Split it in half and send it our way. But I've noticed that our videos are getting some nice numbers on the views, like 100 plus or whatever. $1, even $1 helps a lot. Just made it real easy. Just click, send us a couple bucks. We would really appreciate it. This is what we are still trying to do for a living. And it has been challenging. I'm just going to be really honest. And so we hope that you're enjoying the College of Swing Era Knowledge. We hope you keep tuning in. Check out our Retro Rhythm YouTube channel where we have all of our other editions and all the classes that we've taught. And until then, stay safe. And we appreciate you. Night, night. Crazy about you.